Welcome to the Denim and Pearls podcast. Business casual conversation laced with pearls of wisdom. Casual, authentic, unscripted dialogue about life, work, and entrepreneurship with the perfect blend of laughter and seriousness. Pull up a chair, kick back, and lean in as we welcome your hosts, Michelle Ross and Brian Swanson.
Good morning.
Well,
Oh, wait a minute. It's afternoon here.
It is afternoon here.
It doesn't matter. It's always, every minute is a new morning because we live life that way.
Ooh, I like that.
You've never heard me say that.
No,
Every minute is a new day, so it's always good morning.
I did not ever hear you say that.
I've
I have
said
now.
that numerous times.
I wasn't listening.
See? You never listen to my pearls of wisdom. Jeez. Oh my goodness. Welcome into Denim and Pearls. My name is Brian Swanson.
And I'm Dr. Michelle Ross.
Looking at her phone.
No, I'm trying to share because it didn't let me.
Oh no.
Yeah, I'm on.
So we're business casual,
With
as you can see today.
Very business casual with pearls of wisdom.
From the poach.
Porch.
And today's topic is, oh wait, before we do that,
Don't
forget to like and share. Tell your friends about us. Spread the word. Make us like famous and things.
More like infamous.
Well, we're already infamous. Infamous is easy.
What's
It's hard.
What's our topic?
Our topic is
Nothing else matters.
A little Metallica for you today.
That's a great song. We were kind of jamming out with it a little bit ago.
It's really amazing the things that it says about you.
Yeah.
Or about yourself.
But all of us, yeah.
Yes.
And actually the way we should be. I don't care what they do. I don't care what they say. I don't care what they know.
But I know.
And nothing else matters.
Isn't that the way it should be?
That is a powerful statement.
It's kind of an arrogant statement if you dig deep into it.
Oh, it's not arrogant. That's when we talk about being more about yourself. You basically fill your cup first. Stop worrying about what everybody else is thinking and do what you do. And,
be you.
Because, with rumors and things like that, people start rumors and they assume and they just start making up things. It doesn't matter what they say. It doesn't matter what they do. It doesn't matter what they know. You know.
Always. Yeah. You know what's good for you.
Well, and you know what you did and did not do.
Wow, did not go the way I thought it was going to go.
Oh, really?
It's a really deep topic, and I was going to go with a random topic. Nothing matters what we talk about today.
Oh, that's not what I was thinking. I was just thinking you need to stop worrying about what other people think.
But we did. We got into the song, and the song is like amazingly telling you that it just doesn't matter about anybody else.
No, you know.
It does matter, but
you know what you do. You know who you are. Stand on yourself.
It's almost unapologetic.
That's exactly what it is. It's not almost. It is unapologetic.
So your new theme song.
Nothing else matters. Yeah, I like that. Well, because we get in life, we get so hung up on what everybody else thinks. I mean, as a teenager, especially, I was so worried about what everyone else thought that I was fixing everything around me and not doing what I wanted to do. And how often do you do that?
The person who wants to be a cheerleader wants to act like a cheerleader.
Yeah.
Wants to be part of the cheerleaders or the football team or whatever, or the group. I'm not thinking an actual cheerleader. I'm thinking a group of cheerleaders. They want to be part of that group. They want to belong to something.
Nothing else matters. But
I always look at high school too. And as I got older in my life, I look back at high school. I look back at my military career. Yes, I learned a lot and stuff, but I also, those awards that we did or did not get, did they really matter?
Nothing
they did at the moment.
At the moment, it was really cool to have them, but where are all your awards and trophies? And
probably in a box somewhere,
exactly.
in a book, because we used to get ribbons for everything when we did, first, second, third place. And then sometimes we got participant awards, but, it was like for field day. Those kind of things. You got first place in the sack race,
Yeah.
We had competition in those days.
Well, I'm just thinking of the things when we were younger that mattered so much. Who liked you and who knew you and all this stuff. And it's like, it doesn't matter as long as you're true to yourself. And so I've always admired the people who are able to go off and be themselves. I remember we had a couple, like the goth kids, they would go off and do their thing. You're like, oh, that kid's weird, and it's like, no, they're not fitting to the norm. They're doing what they want to do. And a lot of them are very successful now.
Well, if you look back into your yearbook when they said who was most likely to succeed, was it the geekiest person in the class? Or was it you? It was probably you, wasn't it? God. I was probably I don't know. I really wasn't. I didn't have a title in my yearbook because I wasn't in my yearbook. I was only mentioned in my yearbook. I didn't have a picture.
That's funny. That's funny. You looked at me and went, "It was you."
I knew it was when I said, as soon as it came out of my mouth, I knew it was the most likely to succeed. Michelle. Of course. Who else would it be?
I don't think I had that title. But I did a lot.
I was probably least likely to succeed, or the one to create a train wreck or something. I don't know.
Well, my thing is I was so unaware of the power of people that I had. I didn't even realize I had people who knew who I was. I was just doing my thing. And if people were around me, they were around me. And I never really focused on, I've got 20 friends around me. It never mattered to me. I was just me, just like I'm doing now.
Yeah. Well, even when I went through high school, we had our own little group, and it was mostly because we spent most of our time together, and that was our band group. But I still hung out with the jocks and the stoners, and I hung out with every group.
So did
I had people defending me from one group that would do my fights for me. So I never got in a fight except for with one girl in third grade, but she kicked my butt. And then somebody else, a friend of mine, come along and kicked hers. But
yeah, I was friends in every group. I had friends in every group.
Yeah.
But that was the thing, is I had the people who hung around me at school. Then I had the people who walked home with me, and those are the people I went to track with or cross country. Then I had the people I went to the teen center with and dance. I mean, I had different groups. When I wanted to sit out in the sun, I sat out next to the big hill.
Yeah.
Where all the smokers hung out.
Did you have the best friend?
I did have two best friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just thinking the best friend, and nothing else mattered except for that best friend.
Oh, no, I didn't have that.
That friend was accepting of did you go everywhere together, but do, basically the same kind of personalities? And
no, I had a best friend in every category. So, my two best friends were Sue Della Chevetier. We used to call her heavy shedding tears. She was always crying. And then Heather Summerfield. And the three of us were the Three Musketeers. We did everything. And we were friends since I want to say 5th or 6th grade. And we stayed friends all through, actually still till now. We just don't hang out anymore because we're all on different sides of the planet.
Right.
But
if you met up, it would be like it was just
we'd never been apart.
Like you'd never been apart. Yeah. And I have to say, I didn't have guy friends. I mean, I had guy friends that were guys, but I never really had guy friends. I always had girlfriends.
Yeah, well, and I
don't mean romantic girlfriends, just girlfriends.
Well, like me, I hung out with all the guys. I always did. And that's why Sue and Heather were special, because I usually didn't go do things with girls. No. They were the two. And
I made a terrible jock.
I was an awesome jock.
I was a lousy jock, a lousy stoner.
Oh,
I was a band geek.
I was a band geek. And that's why I had so many different groups, because I was a band geek, but I was also in all the sports.
Okay. 30 more pounds and some big 1980s glasses. I'll look like myself back in the day.
30 more pounds up or down?
Down.
Okay.
30 more pounds down, and the big glasses. Remember the glasses in the 80s? They were all big. It was really crazy when I went in the military. I put my glasses away. That would have been about 99. So I had some 90s glasses basically. And I put my glasses away because I had PRK done on my eyes. And a couple of years later, I opened up my desk drawer. I was like, oh my God, how did I ever wear these things? They were hideous. They were
I like my big glasses. I also like my little teeny tiny 90s glasses too.
Oh.
He was like, how did I wear those? They're so small.
But I think that's what made me the real geek, was the glasses. Because I wore glasses since 3rd grade.
Yeah, I was blind I was blind.
I was nearsighted, so.
Yeah, well, I had astigmatism and it was bad. I had Coke bottle glasses. But
so I want to lead into something while I think about this, but I'm going to lead into it with, how did we choose our friends? How did we choose who we hung with?
Same way I choose people now. The ones that make me feel comfortable and as me.
Okay.
Yeah.
How do you now, leading into the lead-in question, how do you choose your business mentors?
Mentors?
Yes.
Oh, mentors are different. Um,
I threw her for a loop on that one.
no, not really, because I chose my business mentors almost like I choose my friends. I need to vibe with them. They need to be comfortable,
Right.
and I feel that I I I know them already. But mentors, they have a different step on them because not only do I feel like I need to know them, like I jive with them, the
Right,
vibe
right.
attracts your tribe kind of thing,
Right.
but that there are several steps ahead of me. Those are my mentors. So there are people I admire.
What do you mean several steps ahead?
Like what I want
Personal growth
business
or
wise,
business
the
growth?
where they are where I want to be. So like John Maxwell, he's got this massive following and
That's
he's this
shooting for the
leadership.
stars, ain't it?
I shoot that. That's how I shoot. And then like Dr. Paul Sheely's my other mentor, and I speak to him more often. But he is a personal growth and in his success where he is, where he's developed something where he's helping millions of people around the world. And so my mentors are way away from me, but they're still friends. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah. How about you?
Because you want them far enough away from you, you can't see everything you do.
No, so I can catch up with them.
It's not accountability.
But to say no, are you kidding me?
There's no accountability when they're on the other state.
Well, and I love the no nonsense of them all. Like John Maxwell, now I don't ever talk to him, but I follow him on all platforms and I just watch what he says and things like that. So he is mentoring me from afar. I'm one of the John Maxwell coaches. But Dr. Paul Sheely, I'll get on a phone call with him or write him at any time. And he's like, hey, Michelle, get on the call and we'll just start talking. And what's going on in your world? And so there are people who can guide you beyond what you know. Does that make sense?
Well, yeah, it does. It makes total sense. I've only had one business coach in my life. And I thought at the time it was a really good thing. And about 2 weeks into this 4 or 5 month relationship where I paid him a fortune, 2 weeks into it, I'd outgrown him. I didn't choose properly. I'm not saying it was a negative experience.
But you switch out. It's no
well,
big deal.
yeah, but I didn't know at the time. It was a thing that I had to learn. Mm-hmm. Once I learned that, I need to pick somebody who is not at my level, because that's pretty much what he was, minus a couple words of advice.
And I said, that's why I choose much further away from me.
And it kind of sounds arrogant, but you also know as an individual, you know where you are. Mm-hmm. And you can really tell where somebody else is. And that might be, I don't know if all coaches do it, but that might be where give it a 30-day or a 60-day trial period. That way you can see if you're a good fit.
Well, I fire people.
Oh, well, yeah. I know this now, not just you, but
I fire clients. You're not ready for me.
But this guy wasn't that smart. So.
Yeah, but you can have a mentor, and when you realize that you are no longer learning from them, you can move, and that's okay. And your mentor should never be upset. They should be glad that you've grown and kept moving. That's really the job of a coach and a mentor and things of that nature, is to help you get to you. Well, if
you outgrow a coach, that coach should realize that they've done what they can do.
Yeah, same with a mentor.
Well, coach, mentor. I use those.
They're words different to me.
Well, they are, but I use them interchangeably in this conversation. I had totally something else in my brain, and I think it was something along the lines. Somebody comments, so we got something to talk about. Oh. There's no comments yet.
Oh.
I know there's a couple people out there, so throw a comment out there. Let's see who you are, see what's going on.
But no, nothing else matters. Who are you? Do you know who you are? And that's why in my coaching, I like to help people, guide them to find out what's their core, what's their mission, what they really want in life. Because if you don't know who you are or what you want, you're like a leaf in the wind. You'll just keep going back and forth to whomever was the next shiny object. And so you need to know.
Is that why people go from one MLM to the other?
Yes. Because they want a business and they want to do something, but they don't want to do it alone because they're afraid to do it alone. So they keep going to different things because a new shiny object with a new opportunity to make the millions, not realizing that all the skills you use in all those different MLMs, if you applied them to yourself, into the passion of what you want to do, you could do it.
That's one thing that has come up this week too. I thought was interesting. You just reminded me. It's come up twice this week with individuals. Maybe it's because I was hyper focused on it or something. But there was an individual here recently that I wanted to give them the word of advice that you learn the scripts, but you make them your own. In other words, because I found out a long time ago, I remember sitting down and doing one, presentation, and I had done many presentations, and I had done it for the finance company that I deal with and work with, and I learned the presentation. I sat down and I was having a conversation just like we are now with somebody, and I said, "Well, we're looking at the time here. Let me grab my presentation and we'll go through it." I got about 3 words into it, and they're like, started laughing. I mean, just laughing their asses off. I was like, I haven't said anything. What's so funny? She said, we watched you switch from being that nice, jovial, affable person into salesman.
Mm-hmm.
Just like that. And from that day on, I've always given a presentation, but I've never given a presentation again from word for word from the pamphlet.
Yeah.
I learned to take from the pieces that I need to know. And then we had a guy here yesterday. He was a salesman, and I'll plug him, Renewal by Anderson. They came out and looked at my windows. One of my sponsors for Not So Mini Con and that kind of stuff. But I brought them out, and this guy come out, and was doing, and I could tell he's been doing it for like 10 or 15 years or something like this. And I could tell that he did exactly what I had done at one time. He learned the script. He gave the presentation. He went through it word for word for who knows how long. And then one day he just decided, you know what?
This is what I want to say.
This is how I'm going to say it and when I'm going to say it, because you always have to deal with the client. The client is never, in my personal opinion, the client is never ready for a structured presentation. They want to know what they want to know. They don't want to know about, maybe they don't want to know about the history of the company. And maybe they're interested, in my case, interested in investments and not life insurance. Mm-hmm. So you talk about investments and then you come back to the reality of life insurance.
Well, actually, you basically ask them, what do you want to know?
Well,
and
yeah.
you
and
answer their question first.
Yes. Always ask what they want. So yeah, it's come up a couple times in the last, about the last week or what have you. See, we're all over the place, sort of.
Not really,
but nothing matters.
Nothing else matters but us individually, how you take things. And I wanted to get on to, because you've been really building up the After Dark program.
Oh, the After Dark program is amazing.
And we have Raven doing the lineup of all the performers.
Raven and Ariel. Ariel's assisting.
Yes. And so we've been seeing a lot of videos and things of the performers for the After Dark. And wow, what a lineup.
It's interesting.
Do you know what After Dark is? Tell them what After Dark is.
Well, I always have to explain it from the get-go. Galaxy Fest, which we've talked about many times here, Galaxy Fest was a 3-day pop culture convention, 72 hours around the clock kind of a deal. Friday night or Saturday all day, Sunday all day was all family oriented. So that's where Not So Mini Con came from. Came from whatever. We're on the porch. Who cares about my language? I'm going to drive 5 miles just to prove you. So anyhow, Not So Mini Con was developed because of the daytime stuff. Well, recently we had an opportunity, or I have got an opportunity to build the nighttime stuff from Friday and Saturday nights. And I maintained the After Dark program. And that's going to be June 27th, but it is 100% adult. If you're skittish of those kind of things, it's probably not a thing for you. But the other way that I always like to describe it is a place where you're going to see things you've never seen, and you're going to never want to see again in some cases.
And where is it?
It's at Ivy Wild here in Colorado Springs.
Thank you.
It's downtown on Cascade.
And
June 27th.
Where do they need to go to be watching for the tickets to drop?
Watch for the tickets to drop, which are going to drop real soon at galaxyfest.com.
GalaxyFest, one word.com.
Well, it's a URL. It is one word.
Just making sure.
But Galaxy Fest is one word. After Dark is one word too. You didn't know that, did you?
I did.
Oh, okay.
I've seen the posters.
That's why the lock is on the poster.
Yeah. Okay.
So there'll be plenty of advertisement going out, and it's going to be really, really soon, and it's very limited in tickets. We're only at 100, I think it's 125 general admission and 35 VIPs. And I'm looking at some really cool stuff for VIP swag.
Good.
Yeah.
Do I get VIP
awesome.
swag?
You get performer swag.
Oh.
There's swag for the performers. Should be. There's swag for the performers, swag for the VIP, and swag for general admission.
Excellent.
But you don't get all three.
Okay.
You might in the long run consider I'll probably end up bringing some home. It never fails. You always order extra just in case.
But no, I'm excited about June 27th. I get to be the madam for the entire event.
Yes.
So that will be fun to be able to sing.
I'm also labeling this, how did I put it? The hottest, most diverse variety show in the state.
Say that again.
The hottest, most diverse. What did I say? Hottest, most diverse variety show in the state. And I'm pretty sure I'm right because there's lots of burlesque shows. There's lots of drag shows. There's lots of different types of shows, but there's nothing like what we're putting together. Nobody, I don't think, I honestly don't think if I'm wrong, somebody tell me, but from what I know, what I've seen, saw, whatever the word is, whatever I've seen, it does not show me that anything else is this diverse.
Well, that's exciting.
Or this variety.
And if you want to be a part of this June 27th event and you want to be a sponsor, reach out to Brian.
GalaxyFest.com.
Yeah.
It's all there.
Yeah, because he really is looking for sponsors. And
I need some swag sponsors.
Yeah.
I have one that's on the way, but they had to go to corporate. So I was kind of bummed about that one.
Okay.
Because I thought it was going to be a local decision, but it's they got a corporate office, so they have to go to corporate. So I'm waiting on an email back to see if they're going to provide.
Okay.
I hope they do. I really do. I think it's a good thing for them because they're a very unique business and we're a very unique event. So
well, and you definitely need to go to get that poster out, a few of them out, so that Ivy Wald can start pushing them out too.
yeah, I need it. Well, as soon as I finish them, if I ever get a chance to sit down, like quit looking at trees. we went and exchanged trees today because Julie bought 3 trees and a couple bushes or something like that for the backyard. And then she come home and she found out that if the dogs eat the twigs on the trees, it's poisonous and can kill them. So we had to go back and change trees. So we ended up with, what did we end up with? Some kind of a maple.
Okay.
It's really pretty. They only get about 20 feet tall instead of 40 or 60 feet.
Okay.
I figured out 40 or 60 feet is awfully high.
I'm pretty sure we'll be dead before it gets that high, but it's okay.
Nah.
They don't grow that fast.
No.
You're not going to live another 50 years. That's 100.
That's 107.
Yeah.
108. I could be 108.
You won't be here.
Huh?
You won't be in this house.
Why would I ever leave? I may not be able to come down into the basement. unless I put one of those
back to life, back to reality.
No, I just get one of those things that goes on the seats that go on the stairs.
The little stair seats. Yeah, okay.
The ones that grandma always had?
Yeah, but they'd have to like rip out your entire stairwell to fit it.
No, they don't. They just mount it to the wall.
Mm-hmm.
Seriously, they've got them so much. And now that I've lost weight, or I can just put a slide in and then a tow rope to pull me up, a winch at the top.
Okay.
Sit down on a slide and put a belt around me and go pull me up the stairs.
I can actually see that. That's okay.
I can too. Like having a Jeep, pulling a Jeep out of the mud.
Yeah, that's what I was seeing. A winch at the top of the stairs.
Mounted to the opposite wall from the stair.
But the whole thing about nothing else matters.
Oh, you trying to stay on topic?
No, I'm just thinking about nothing else matters. We're like, oh, we've got to have this. We've got to get this. Think of all the things we buy because we think we've got to have them. I mean, like in my case, I had to have a sealer those food savers where it sucks all the air. And
Oh, you mean like the one that's in my closet?
Yeah, like the one that's in my garage. But I had to have that thing.
I
was
used
gonna
the heck
say,
out of it when we first got it.
when we first got it, I used it just like the blender. I used the heck out of it, and then stopped using the blender and got myself this little bullet looking thing so that I could just make my shakes. I never used the blender. I'm looking around my garage at all the items that I bought because I had to have them.
Well, it's disturbing because think of the air fryer. The air fryer comes out and it's got like a 4-inch hole on it, and it's like, what can you put in there? So you bought one anyway because it was healthier. Then they came out with one that was like 6 inches in diameter. Then they came out with one that was like double stacked. And then they came out with a toaster oven. So you don't have to have a toaster oven anymore. You can have an air fryer at the same time.
Yeah. I've just been looking at all
It's
the
crazy.
extraneous crap that we've bought over the years that we've had to have. I've got a waffle maker. I absolutely love this waffle maker. It made rose and daisies and things like that, but they were waffles and they were beautiful. And I had to have that. But that was when I had little kids because I used to make things for them in that.
Yeah, Julie just got a waffle maker that's like a little 3-inch one. About this big around.
Yeah, I've got an individual one too.
It's cute as a bug's ear.
It works great for sushi.
For sushi?
I know it sounds crazy, doesn't it?
How do you put sushi on a pancake maker?
You spray it.
Or not the pancake, not a pancake.
A waffle maker.
A waffle maker.
You spray it like normal, right? With like nonstick. You put rice and then smear it and then smash it. And the rice gets crispy on the edges and on the peaks of the waffle. And then you can put all the toppings and it's like a sushi
sandwich
disc. It is awesome. Yeah. Yeah, I just blew your mind, didn't I?
You just did. I was, this old when I found out is how it goes, I guess, or something.
It's a great way of making sushi. So you don't have to roll it. And they're pretty and they're easy to eat.
But I guess that would be, you could do well, maybe you did, but you do the rice, but instead of doing just the rice, you also, because I like some of the warmed up sushi, put a fish on there too.
Oh, and seal it down?
Yeah.
I guess I could do it. That would work.
You wouldn't want to crush it.
Because it would stick to the metal on the top. That's why I've never done that. I just did the rice. And then I pull off the little patties of rice and then put stuff on it. I like pretty food.
My mind is blown now.
I love pretty food.
God.
Presentation, if the food is presented well, that like couple of notches up for me. But I'm a foodie, so.
Well, yeah.
What?
Did you ever figure what happened with your, what was that stuff called? Adobo?
Oh, I'm pretty sure that wasn't vinegar. I made dinner at my sister's house, and I make Filipino chicken adobo. No big deal. I can do it in my sleep. Don't need to do anything about it. And I made it at my sister's house, and it was the worst adobo I have ever made in my entire life.
It wasn't bad, actually.
To him, it isn't.
It was not adobo, but it was not bad.
But whatever was in the Nipa Sop vinegar bottle was not Nipa Sop vinegar, because that was not vinegar. So Yvette, if you're watching, that was not vinegar. Throw it away.
Maybe she put apple cider.
Go get a new one. It wasn't apple cider because it would have been tart, and it wasn't. There was no vinegar in it.
We have no idea what was in it.
I think I poured water into the adobo is what I think I did. But anyways,
colored water.
It's the only thing I think of. Was like she was rinsing out the bottle and thought it was still full. Like she rinsed it, she put water in it, and then she put it away because she went, oh.
Well, definitely hope it wasn't soap.
No,
soapy.
It wasn't soap.
Or we'd all been sick.
No, it wasn't.
I ate the heck out of that.
Yeah, he did. And Michael ate it the next day too. So
it was really good. It just wasn't.
I didn't like it.
Yeah, it wasn't.
The Filipina in me did not accept that as adobo.
It's like making sugar cookies and they come out chocolate chip.
Well, every time I try to make a protein shake, it always ends up being a margarita. What?
I'm game with that. I just think of sugar. I love sugar cookies and I love chocolate chip cookies. Mm-hmm. Chocolate chips on a sugar cookie.
Put them inside. I've done it.
Ooh.
Like you think that's new? I used to put M&Ms in it too. Yeah.
In sugar cookie?
Yeah, you can put anything in them.
Michael, hi Michael.
Hi Michael. Yeah, we're a little distracted today.
He says yum chocolate chip.
It wasn't wine. Oh, white wine vinegar is what he said it was. Okay.
I think it was wine vinegar.
Yeah, white wine vinegar.
Yeah,
Because it's
that's
mild. It's
possibility.
mild and it doesn't do the kick.
Yeah, it's possibility.
Whatever. But we titled this "Nothing Else Matters" because we wanted to make sure that you all knew that we don't have a topic.
Your adobo that you didn't have as adobo, it didn't matter.
It didn't matter.
Everybody liked it.
Everyone ate it anyways. Yeah. I wanted adobo.
You weren't on Top Chef that day, so it's fine.
I made a killer watermelon salad though. But no, my thought about all of this is bottom line back to nothing else matters. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what they say. It doesn't matter what they do. It doesn't matter what they know. But I do. So when you're out there and you're being upset because other people are saying things about you that you know are not true, let them. Leave it alone.
Yeah, the rumor farm sucks.
Yeah, and just know that's not me. They don't know me. And do they deserve to know you if they're talking about you? No. So you walk away. It's okay.
I will add to that, though. I am aware of some, especially in today's society with doxing and all that kind of stuff, and people saying things about you that are terrible, and it's ruining your reputation when it's definitely not true, and it ruins your reputation with your business and everything else. That's really hard to get over.
Oh, I know. I mean, it was happening to me.
You know, because when somebody, I'm thinking of somebody in particular, but when rumors go out there that you're a Nazi and you're a druggie and you're this and you're that, and none of it's true, negative always spreads, like they say. You know,
Yeah.
Negative go around the world twice before positive gets out the gate.
Well, that's my problem with negativity is I have a double-edged sword on that. I know if when it's going around, I do. If you're spreading it, I don't want to know you. That's number one. And then number two is, why are they believing it?
That's true.
That's what always gets me. Why are they believing it?
Well, the true friend is going to go, what the?
Yeah. And so,
so
my thought process is, it's a good way to purge people from your world.
Yeah, you can definitely do that.
Yeah, the ones who believe the BS and the ones who are spreading it, and then the ones who don't back you. And so that's what I love about our relationship actually, and the people that I have around me now. If anyone says anything, I know the people that are with me say, no.
Yeah,
Stop it.
Okay, singer.
They'll stop it. Yeah.
We're gonna find out tonight.
Oh yeah, we met a music scout.
That's talent scout.
Talent scout. That's it.
Yeah, so we're gonna go find out what he's got to say.
Yeah, he invited me out to sing tonight, so
we'll see what he's got.
Yeah.
Jeez.
So nothing else matters. Just go be the best version of you every day. And if people have problems with that, say thank you for making my list smaller, so I have to buy less Christmas presents.
Since we're a PG show, I can't say the term I'm thinking of.
Oh.
It starts with an F and ends with a U.
Oh, because I was like, thank you for shortening my Christmas list, because I really don't want to send all those cards out anyways. So
yeah, it makes your contact list easier to scroll through.
Yeah, makes life easier.
Look, don't need this one anymore.
Like, please show your true colors, please.
Wow, why am I down to 5 in my contact list?
Okay, maybe that might be a little extreme. But I didn't tell you.
What?
Scott Behan at the ACA, the American Club Association, off of Garden of the Gods.
Yes.
He told me I needed to put some dates on the calendar to train.
Yeah.
And Beverly wrote me and she says, I can have every Thursday night in June. So every Thursday afternoon from like 6 to 8, I have the training room. So I'll start putting out trainings. And if you want to do them with me, we can do them together.
That's cool.
Yeah. And then we can do like little mini trainings,
training.
Or we can do a denim and pearls training thing. Okay, then I won't invite him. It'll just be me. But, so mark your calendars if you're listening. Thursdays at the ACA off of Garden of the Gods.
If you want to know more, ask.
Yeah, just right. I'll start posting it once I figure out what I'm going to do, because I can't decide if I want to go through the speaking world or if I want to go through the business casual kind of, hey, let's come out and give advice about businesses and how to market and that kind of thing, or what.
I think we just play back all of our old denim and pearls and
you just sit in the room.
I sit in the room, watch the videos. They got 220 episodes now because this is number 220. 220 episodes that teaches everything you need to know.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
Oh.
But anyways,
They're only 30 minutes because how much time do you have in the room?
2 hours.
Oh, what do we do for the other hour and a half?
I can talk, trust me. But no, I'm trying to decide what book I'm going to bring in for that and that kind of thing. But look for announcements because I will start announcing, and I'll probably put it on my Facebook page first and Instagram.
Actually, you know, it would be kind of interesting. Remember the quote book,
Yes,
Pearls of Wisdom?
just go through that and start talking about them.
Yeah. I mean, pick out 3 or 4 quotes because they're not all yours.
Yeah.
Just go through that. Start going through that. Heck, that's enough training for
That is true.
just that. Because how many pages is that book?
I don't know. Or as my husband said, pick any book and
This one.
pick any chapter and just start going. Don't go into that now.
No, I'm just seeing how many pages are of quotes. There are 125, page 27, 127 pages of quotes.
And there's 5 on each page.
That's a lot.
Yeah. Okay, so maybe I'll just bring Pearls of Wisdom and everyone who attends gets that book and then we'll work through it. Yeah, we'll talk through it. Because as Brian has learned and a lot of you have learned, it's kind of hard to be around me without me trying to teach something. It's just part of who I am.
Well, that just allows us not to recreate the wheel.
Oh, yeah. Well, I was just
It's
thinking.
the whole curriculum.
I was like, well, you know, I have a whole curriculum for It's Not Luck, right?
Yeah.
Overcoming You.
I don't like
I have a whole training on it. No, I never did the workbook. I did courses on it, so it's all on video. That's on my YouTube page. I think I just closed it so people wouldn't go to it anyway.
You know we're over time, right?
Oh no.
We are.
Okay, well then let's get off.
Nobody's listening except for Michael.
He's the only one that counts.
He's the only one who said anything.
Yeah.
I know there's hundreds of you out there listening, so say something, comment.
Say something, I'm giving up on you. Oh goodness.
Wow.
My voice gave out. I'm tired.
You better get some sleep before tonight.
Oh, I'll be fine when I'm bellowing out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, setting out with the voice is better than just sitting here like this. But anyways, go share, like, go send this link to someone that you think needs to hear random weirdness about life in general. And we'll see you next week, Friday. Same bat time, same bat channel.
I just got contacted by a very old client.
Cool.
Time frame wise.
Well,
he's
anyways,
not that old. He's younger than I am.
My name is Dr. Michelle Moraz.
Oh, what are we doing?
Who are you?
Don't forget to like and share.
Who I said that. Who are you?
Oh, I'm Brian Swanson.
We're Denim and Pearls with Business Casual.
With Pearls of Wisdom.
From the porch. We'll see you next week, Friday, okay? Go share this. And we'll talk to you next time.
Share this, please, please.
Peace.